Most people know that they should be investing their money, but a lot of people get overwhelmed and end up going decades doing nothing but buying things that they can't afford just to impress people that they don't actually like. So if you're a teenager or if you're in your early 20s and you want to secure a better financial future for yourself, then you're at a huge advantage because time is on your side. So stick around for the best practices that will set you on the pathway to millionaire level financial freedom. What is going on, everyone? I hope you are all having a fantastic day. If you are new here, be sure to subscribe for more videos to help you manage your money more effectively. The fact that you clicked this video means that you're already way ahead of most people and have already begun your journey to financial freedom. So the first step you can take to better your financial future is to apply for a credit card. And I know that somewhere Dave Ramsey is frowning upon this video right now.
This has reached the point of sheer stupidity.
But I promise if you know how to use a credit card properly, you can gain a lot of value out of it and even get free travel and cash back. In a previous video, we looked at my personal credit card suggestions for 2020, so if you missed it, check that out after this video. But getting a credit card as soon as you turn 18 will help you start building your credit score and start earning that sweet, sweet cash back. And as always, I should remind you that you should never carry a balance on any card. And if you aren't going to use your credit card like it's cash, then you're probably not ready to have a card just yet. If you carry a balance on that credit card, then you're going to pay a ridiculous interest rate that will eliminate the benefits of having a card in the first place. But if you put your regular everyday purchases on a credit card and you pay it off at the end of every single month, then you can start to build a credit score as high as 700 in as little as 6 months, and you'll get some great benefits as well. Now, having a good credit score may not seem like a big deal right now, but if you go to buy a house in the future, then the amount that you're going to save on interest because of your great credit score is going to be pretty substantial. Now, the Discover It card is always my go-to, and I highly recommend it, so if you do want to apply for the Discover It card, click the link down in the description, and you'll get a $50 statement credit when you're approved. The next step you want to take that may seem a bit boring to some people is reading 2 books. The first one is Think and Grow Rich, as well as How to Win Friends and Influence People. These 2 books will change the way you view money and give you a great perspective on how to leverage every interaction you have into a positive outcome for everyone. You'll also get a closer look at the habits of a lot of different successful people and ways that you can adopt their habits into your everyday life. Now, if you're like me and you don't like to typically read physical books, then you can always get them on Audible, who is definitely not a video sponsor, or they're always free on YouTube if you can look them out there. Reading, or listening in our case, is a great way to expand your knowledge and gain a new perspective on things, and these 2 books are a fantastic place to start. Some of the most successful people in the world read as much as 1 book every single day, and while this may seem ridiculous to some of us, constantly educating yourself is extremely important if you want to stay ahead of your competition, regardless of what you're doing with your life. My third suggestion is pretty straightforward, and that is get a job. Now, making a crap hourly wage is definitely not the way to become a millionaire, trust me. But having a regular job, especially at a young age, is extremely important, and in most cases it will motivate you to find alternative ways to make more money with less effort, which for a lot of people is really the ultimate dream. I started working at Rita's Italian Ice when I was 15 years old, and I worked all throughout high school every single year. Did I like dealing with angry customers and sticky countertops just to make $7.25 an hour? Absolutely not. But this did teach me the value of a dollar, and it motivated me to find alternative streams of income that have gotten me to where I am today, less than a decade later. Now, if you have a job right now that you love, then that's awesome, and you're extremely fortunate, and I hope that you know that. And while that is a great source of consistent income for you, the key to accumulating wealth is having multiple streams of income. So you want to make sure that you're not complacent just because you like your job. You need to branch out and find ways to make extra money outside of your main source of income. If you missed my last video, we looked at the best side hustles to make extra income, so go ahead and check that out after this video. My next tip is for those of you who are a little bit further along on your financial journey and have accumulated a few $1,000s that you can afford to invest. Now, you may have heard of this account before, but if you're 18, 19, or in your 20s, you should open a Roth IRA immediately, like pause this video and go open one right now. There are thousands of videos online about Roth IRAs, but if you are not familiar, a Roth IRA, or individual retirement account, is a tax advantage account that lets you contribute post-tax money, which means money you have already paid taxes on from your earned income. This basically means that since you are probably in a lower tax bracket when you're younger and making less money, you can pay today's lower tax rate and can withdraw that money when you're 59 and a half with absolutely no additional taxes. So when you're taking out your retirement money to buy your Ferrari, you won't have to pay the highest tax bracket when you withdraw. Instead, you pay your lower tax percentage today, and you can grow your nest egg completely tax-free. Now, if that's confusing at all to you, I encourage you to check out one of the many Roth IRA videos that are on the internet, but trust me, you want to open one of these accounts right now. Also, do a quick Google search for Roth IRA calculator, and you'll quickly begin to see the power of compound interest and why a Roth IRA is so much better than a traditional IRA for most people. If you start when you're 20 and invest $10 a day in a Roth IRA at an 8% annual return, you'll have over $1.5 million by the time you're 65. And anyone who thinks that an 8% return is ridiculous, the S&P 500 has averaged 9.8% over the last 90 years, so I'd say an 8% return is actually pretty conservative. This is such a great retirement vehicle that the government actually caps your annual contribution at $6,000 a year, because they know that without this cap, everyone would be rolling around in Ferraris and sipping on their overpriced lattes from Starbucks. But the way to offset this cap is starting young. Even if you can't contribute a lot now, just open the account and put as much in every single month. Then later, when you have more disposable income, you can max out that $6,000 contribution, and you'll be well on your way to being a millionaire. I also want to mention that a lot of employers do offer a Roth 401k, which has the exact same tax advantages, but a much higher contribution limit. So make sure that you ask your employer if they offer a Roth if you do currently have a 401k. Also, keep in mind that a Roth IRA is not the investment itself, it is just an investment vehicle that houses your investments such as stocks, mutual funds, or index funds. So when you open an IRA, make sure that you're actually buying investments within that account and not just putting money in there expecting it to magically grow into millions. You still have to buy investments within the account just like a regular investment account. And that brings me to my last point, which is how to invest for long-term success. Now, if you want to go blow all your money by day trading Bitcoin, then be my guest. But if you want real long-term results, then I would recommend a broad index fund. Now, this is not financial advice at all and is strictly for entertainment purposes. But a broad low-fee mutual fund or index fund like VT-SAX or FIAX invested in for 30 to 40 years is statistically all it takes. You don't need to overcomplicate things by hand-picking stocks and buying and selling every few months. Statistically, long-term consistent investing is nearly always better than hand-picking your own portfolio. I also recommend index funds because there's no financial manager who is buying and selling on your behalf. Instead, if you own a broad S&P 500 index fund, you own a small piece of the top 500 companies in the United States, and there's no financial guru who thinks that they know best buying and selling your profits down the drain. You may have heard of this study before, but the idea was first made popular by Princeton University professor Burton Malkiel, who claimed that a blindfolded monkey throwing darts at the newspaper financial pages could select a portfolio that would do just as well as the one carefully selected by financial experts. A well-known research group known as Research Affiliates wanted to test this ridiculous theory, so they did just that, and they quickly determined that Malkiel was actually wrong. The portfolio selected by the dart-throwing monkeys actually outperformed the one selected by the so-called financial experts. I tell you this because I don't want you to think that you have to pay some big-brain guru on Wall Street to handpick your investments for you. Owning 2 or 3 index funds is all it takes, and you'll outperform 95% of the handpicked portfolios, and you'll save a lot of money since you won't be paying the high management fees that are often associated with mutual funds. Now again, this is just my opinion and what works for me, but everyone's different, so be sure to do your own research and decide what level of risk you're prepared to take on at your current stage in life. Typically, younger investors are willing to take on more risk because they have more time to recover should something go wrong. But I'd highly recommend a target date fund, and it's a great option since it automatically adjusts the ratio between stocks and bonds as you get closer to retirement age. But remember, keep it simple and don't drive yourself nuts looking for some hidden gem of stocks. And don't listen to your crazy uncle at Thanksgiving who claims that BitConnect is the way of the future. Just keep it simple and consistent, and you'll be just fine. So those are my top tips for teenagers or anyone who's just looking to better their financial future. The key is to be patient and consistent in your habits, and very quickly you'll begin to see positive impacts in many aspects of your life. If you have any questions at all, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below, and I'll be sure to get back to you. And let me know if there's any tips that you think I forgot. Don't forget to obliterate the like button, and make sure to subscribe for more videos like this in the future. Thank you so much for checking out my channel. Take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one.